Hello and welcome back there, sweet friend. It is beginning to look a lot more like Christmas around here. We've been working hard in the Mercantile to take down this big wreath that I had put up for harvest. If you missed that video, I'll try to link it down below, but it was the one about us opening the expansion of the Merc. So it's a fun little video that shows how I put that together as well. But I was going to change up this area completely and do trees, and then at the last minute I thought, why make things harder than it needs to be? I'm gonna leave the wreath up for Christmas too, but of course I'm gonna restring different things on it. So I'm starting with some basic garland just to give it a little bit of life. And of course, most of my lights didn't work this year, so I'm gonna have to work on it again tomorrow, but we're gonna start today putting things together. This is where I left off the other night. I needed to get more lights and hopefully some more garland pieces to make this come together. Now I added some of the nicer, more real looking garland on top of this, and I'll link to a few in case you're interested that I actually enjoyed. A couple from Walmart that I found, which were a little bit more expensive, but they ended up looking really, really nice. I think they'll be a good investment. And then another one I had found on Amazon. Now I decided at the last minute to also take some of that dried floral type material and stick it in there too for a real natural rustic looking Christmas. And I really liked how it gave it a little bit more movement at the top and just kind of pulled it all together with the craft brown stars that I chose. I think it came together nicely, although I could have added to it forever. I also decided to string lights, little cafe lights from the ceiling with some command strips I had found. And knock on wood, so far so good. They have held really well and really bring this little space to life. Now a big shout out to my big girl Reese, who's filming here. She went to the Merc with me on this afternoon and we put lunch in the crock pot for the boys. It was a cold and cozy day for decorating with my girl. I also wanted to mention that we are restocking our Christmas shirts and I plan to put them on our website too if you want to check out shoprusticHoney.com. I'm really excited. I had so many requests to bring back Tired and Grinchy, so I was excited to do that this year for a new design. I've been working on this, but it's still so much of a disaster at the moment. And then this is currently how horrible my shop looks with all sorts of things still in disarray. So I'm going to start putting some things in bins and getting organized. I'm really starting to get concerned about my adult ADD because I will start projects, I swear, and then weeks will go by because I get busy with other things and I don't finish it. I drive myself nuts. But here we are today. We're going to knock this out because I'm about to lose my mind in this shop. I'm excited to get it organized and I want to make sure all of my Christmas totes fit before I get it out. This is a bit of a game of Tetris, but it's driving me crazy because I have some of these that are bigger and they're slightly taller. So they can only fit between the rafters that Dan made here in my shelving. I mean, and he did this years ago, so I'm just trying to make it fit Like I can't go into the corner because this comes down too far and it doesn't fit. So this is where I'm at, but I don't like it because it's not symmetrical and it's not very functional. But it does look nice to have the opaque containers, so I'm just gonna work with that. This is where I ended up, and I'm pretty happy with it for everything fitting. And we now have room to do the work we need to do, like shipping your orders. Ruth here is taking one to the post office today with me. All right, grab a cozy drink and let's get settled in here at the antique shop. It is a cold, foggy November day, and I just thought, let's get out of the house for a little bit and do a little bit of shopping. Maybe we'll find some Christmas gifts or Christmas decor, and then just check out what is here in our little local antique mall. I loved this flag photo, or I shouldn't say photo, it is a painting, and it was gorgeous. It has nothing to do with Christmas, but it caught my eye. You know, you gotta be sourcing for all of the holidays all the time, right? I really debated on getting this cute little music box because Reese is at the age now, she's our kindergartner, where she just loves stuff like that. So I may still have to go back and get a little music box for Christmas. I thought that was fun. But I just love shopping this time of year. Everything is so cozy and there's just so many little details everywhere. And there was honestly quite a few toys and things for my kids that I was very tempted by today. I'm still debating on whether or not I should go back and get this train. I love a good nostalgic train running around the Christmas tree like we had when we were kids, but they don't make them like they used to. You can buy them at Walmart, but they will not last you very long. I was looking at this one. It's a lot heavier plastic, probably more of a 90s model. And I'm really tempted to go back and get it because I feel like it would work really well. The track seemed nice and sturdy, so we may have to do that. Meanwhile, Ruth is throwing this little stuffed animal. We're playing a little game here. The pickup game. We're getting really good at that one. But I can't believe she's being quite the trooper so far on today's shopping trip, so we'll just see what all we can do before she needs to take a nap. I'm always drawn to the sleds, mostly for our covered porches and decor, but also if it functions, it's a win-win because that's another thing they don't make like they used to. I always love the enamel bowls with the red stripe for Christmas time. I think they look cute with some pine cones. You could decorate with them at your table. And then this was like a little fireplace cast iron piece, but I just was trying to think creatively on how I could use that. I also was so drawn to a lot of these cake plates that I found today because they had larger domes than usual. Usually when I find these, they don't have a very big dome, but this one kind of slid around a lot and I was a little concerned that I would break it the first time I used it. So I passed on it today. Again, speaking of cute toys, this one was actually a pretty good deal, I thought, for $12. Usually the Fisher Price toys are really expensive if I've ever looked on like eBay or anything for them. And then I stumbled upon these little carousel horses that are little ornaments, and I snagged a couple for the girls because I know that Reese will die when she sees it. She's gonna love it. She's really into horses. Lanterns always catch my attention any time of year. And then these little pom-poms, I've been looking at all these trees where they're using a lot of florals. That's a big trend this year, is stuffing extra florals into the tree. And I just thought that was a really pretty deep red that could really set off a Christmas tree. Now this little booth was fun. I couldn't find a price here on, oh, it's probably right there on the front now that I'm looking at my video. So used to looking for these little hanging tags that I don't see the fancy like stickers on the front. I'm pretty sure the video said $125 on the red flyer there, but my bad. Again, you always look for these hanging tags, so they can't throw me off with a sticker. I also thought this table was nice, although I think I've decided I want to refinish our end tables in the living room when I get free time. Moving
That's
on,
funny.
again, this little horse carousel was just really cute. I wish it would have spun all the way around. I didn't really, maybe I'm just too stupid to figure it out, but it was just kind of cute if you had like a little nursery or something to decorate with. Another one of the outdoor sleds. This one was a little bit more rustic and probably fit my porches nicely. I'm really drawn to pieces that could be used any time of year, but then also can be dressed up for the holidays. I've been looking for more of these like old wall sconces, and I thought these could be really pretty any time of year, but I don't super love the brassy gold. I wish they were a little bit more aged, which again, for the right price, I could probably DIY and make them exactly how I want them in my free time. Again, this crock, I would just want a gazillion of these, but I always have a little bit of a sticker shock because they are an investment for sure. And then I was drawn to these baskets. You guys know this if you've watched any of my videos. I become a basket case when I go to any kind of thrift store or antique mall. I get on a basket hunt every time. But they're just so good. Again, they're decor for all times of the year. This little thing, I don't know if it was for sale actually, but these wall pocket type things I think are so neat. If you have an open space that you need a feature wall, you could tuck little branches in there and some cedar and really make it look pretty for the holidays. Maybe little letters to Santa. But now that I found the carousel horses, I'm also drawn to looking for all sorts of little ornaments because with 4 kids, it's one of those things where you find something for one kid and then you're like, oh, I need to now find something for the other 3 kids, even it out. I need a new waffle iron, I think I've mentioned that here too. And I just was drawn to this because Dan's been doing so much like outdoor cooking and I've been wanting to find him some more cool pieces for gifts. But the waffle maker was really neat. I haven't seen one quite like that flips all the way around. I also thought the kettle was really nice. My husband uses the kettle inside almost every day to make tea. So I thought, well, maybe he would like to do that over a fire. I think finding time to look for gifts needs to be a year-round project if you want to give, thoughtful antique gifts or thrifted finds because sometimes it's all part of the hunt and that's part of the fun too. And when you do find something that's perfect for a gift, it's just all the better. Now, I always love looking at all of the kitchen pieces too, and because you never know. Like, I have a butter cutter that I found one time on a garage sale that is like my go-to when it comes to making biscuits and things. But it's just, you just never know what you're going to happen across. Again, with the enamel red, this one had a little bit more of rust on it, but I thought that was pretty for the holidays. Now, this little Tupperware section had me like just all the nostalgic feelings today. My dad drinks iced tea, has always had his iced tea in that orange cup, and it looks exactly like the one we have. I just thought it was funny because now it's like at the antique mall. And then I'm really tempted to grab these little Tupperware, the little kid cups, because I used to have sippies for them, and they'd be perfect for Ruth, but now I have to locate the sippy lids and maybe come back if I can find all of them, but I love those. And look, Grandma's cookie container that I shared in a recent video is now here, and $22 could get you the same thing. I think mine's worth more than that to me, and I feel like if you're a Midwesterner, then you know exactly what kind of cheese goes in this. Now, over in the other corner, I found a couple old suitcases. That's another thing I kind of love to collect, but this one was a little unique as it was more of a box with a lock, not really a suitcase. It was kind of off-centered where the handle was, but I was really intrigued by it because it had a little bit of some like storage container type space inside. It's really like bins and trunks and boxes like this that can function as storage, but then also look really nice in my decor. And they're also very durable, because we have 4 kids and, if you're going to put stuff in it, they're going to, the kids are going to get into it. So it's got to be durable around our home. Now, this was a German sled I thought was really neat. They had 125 on it. I didn't pull it all the way out, but I just thought it was really neat because it's a little bit more lifted and definitely gives the old Christmas vibes. So if you had the right spot for that, I think it could definitely be a really pretty feature piece. And then I also love seeing how creative people are with old things, like that old spindle tree. I thought those were kind of cool. And I thought that it looked even cuter if you hang your ornaments on it and dress it up just a little bit. I always think with unique little things like that, I like to have a few of them. These little spindle ornaments were pretty cute too. Just a nice creative way to reuse or repurpose some old items. Now, speaking of old items, this lamp caught my attention, and I never did see a price on it, but it looked like it was hand painted at the base, and it was just a little bit different than any that I had seen before, and I thought it definitely must have a lot more age to it. Not really sure. You can let me know in the comments below if you think so too. But these brush trees, I love the way they look. It's like they don't stand up and they stick to me every time. Stay. Just stay. Anyway, couldn't find a price on that one, but I thought it was pretty, along with the little mirror behind it. I love a good oil lamp. I really want more oil lamps that we actually use in our home too, but that's a whole nother thing. This little Christmas tree was really cute, but I really liked, of course, the container it was in. It's kind of gross when you think about it to use an old spittoon at this point for a vase, but I really liked, the vibe it was giving. It was very pretty to me. Makes me wonder sometimes if you could go back in time and talk to people, what they would think about some of the things we reused today. I don't need a vintage phone booth, but I just wanted to share this with you because I thought it was a really neat piece of artwork there. Just a fun collector's piece. Any time of the year, I'm always looking for more candlesticks, but especially at Christmas time, because that's just one of my favorite things during the winter months is to have all of the candles going. Again, some more cute ornaments I'm looking for. This little Santa mug was in really good condition. It was just one of those little mini ones. So cute. I was really tempted to buy this Christmas tree stand. It was a big, heavy cast iron base, and it seems like it's a faux Christmas tree that I have that won't stand up or the base is broken, but I thought it would still serve as a functional piece and then have a pretty base. And then I honestly went ahead and grabbed this little angel. It's not much of an antique or anything, but I just thought it shimmered a lot and the girls would really like that for a cute little tree. And it honestly reminded me of something my grandma had or would have put on top of her tree. And so I think that's what nudged me to grab that today. I'm always looking for more crock bowls. And then there it is, another cake stand. Now this one for sure is on my list because the lid is pretty secure. And again, it's a very big base. Now I take cheesecake a lot to our family dinners, especially during the holidays. And I already have a couple platters that I also think could work with that dome. So I don't know. And it's white, which goes with my dishes pretty well. So I'm very tempted. Dan, this is on my Christmas list, just so you know, if you're watching. Oh, and then more of this red enamel. The little tea kettle was really cute. I could see that dressed up for Christmas on my shelves. Another thing I love about red and white pieces is that you can take down your Christmas stuff and then leave them for winter, because before you know it, you blink and you're right into Valentine's Day and just keeping out the red and the white. It's like a way of decorating, but it's like lazy decorating. I love it. It's the best. Kind of like in the fall when I'm like, look, we already have spider webs. It's Halloween. Works out great. Ooh, and speaking of decor I could leave up, this old screen door had an arched doorway, and I just thought that was so unique. I don't think I've seen a screen door with an arched doorway like that, and I thought you could just hang this on the wall all throughout the year and then add different things to it for different seasons. I just thought it had a really pretty finish to it. This little Christmas tree was really cute. I loved the wooden block. It'd be cute for a little kid's room, and it was just still in such good condition. Really liked that one. And then I'm always looking for these little wooden bins. I wish there would have been many of them though, because it was in really good shape. And if they're stackable, I need more than one. Ruth here is being quite the trooper. We're going to hit up one more little area here and see what we can take home with us today. I think she really liked this little group of carolers over here. I thought they were pretty cute and in great condition as well. And again, with the bins, I just love a good potato bin or a large bin of any kind, really, to hold all of the things. I would like to have an actual potato bin, though, because it would be quite handy. You know what I don't need? Another ladder. But this one was really cool. It had a lot of details to it. But walk away, Lauren. Walk away.
You like the baby buggies, don't you?
And now that I'm a girl mom, I always have to stop and look at the dolls and the doll buggies and all the things. The girls just love that stuff so much. This one was a little bit rough to actually like use. It's just I just thought it was very cute. I liked the colors and stuff with it. Now, this room was set up really fun and festive, and my little girl heart was in love with this bed. It was a Jenny Lind bed, and it had the canopy on it. And I just thought, I mean, if we were in need, it was a pretty penny, but oh my gosh, is that not like every girl's dream bed to have a canopy like that? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. I always wanted a canopy bed when I was younger, and I think I still do. But now I'm a grown woman and I shop really exciting pieces like baskets. So here we are again. With the holidays coming up, I actually was thinking about gift baskets. So if I could find some good deals on functional baskets for other people and then fill them with cute gifts, of course it's a win-win, and it's a gift inside of itself. I really liked this one with the wooden lid. It was in great shape and would make an awesome gift in and of itself. Maybe just fill it with some homemade Christmas sugar cookies or candies and you're good to go on a neighbor gift. I thought this basket would also make a great gift basket with a bottle of wine and some cheeses and all sorts of goodies in there for some friends or something. This basket almost came home with me though, because I thought I would make the perfect basket for a small Christmas tree. Again, I have some small Christmas trees that I am not willing to give up on, and they're broken, so they need good basis. Now, I loved this stool, fell in love, took her home. She has a cast iron base, and I thought the fabric on top was really cute. Plus the price tag, I could not resist her. So we always need another footstool in the living room. And I thought, well, this works it's kind of Christmassy, but also, again, works any time of year, which is totally my style. So I decided to bring her home, and I'll show her in an upcoming video. I hope you had fun shopping and decorating with me today. There's so much more to do with Christmas just on the horizon, and I'm excited to share it with you. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe, and I hope to see you back here again very soon.